Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, we have SummerSlam preview, SummerSlam 2018. Biggest party of the summer. There's some very interesting storylines in WWE going into this show. Where's Daniel Bryan? Where's Roman Reigns? Who's attacking Roman Reigns? Where's the Usos? Oh yeah, that's right. Jimmy can't get into the country, into Canada. Oh yeah, some very unique storylines going on here. We have 10 matches, no pre-show matches announced, which is weird. I really hope we don't find out who done it now. We need to carry the story out. We need to build this up. This is kind of a Paul Heyman type of deal. We need to let this story develop. As a lot of fans have probably noticed, this looks eerie suspicious. We recall back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I don't even remember what year it was now, where we had same kind of deal, who done it. Somebody ran down Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was off TV for a while, brought him back. Who done it? We found out it was Rikishi, but Rikishi did it for his buddy, his cousin, The Rock. Set up Rock Austin. This looks a lot like that to me. So one thing, I actually had listened to Busted Open, and they were talking about this, and they got thinking about it, and Dave mentioned, who could have done it, blah, blah, blah. Is it Rowan? Joe's denying it. It was thrown out there. What if? You notice this started after the Monday Night, after the Raw reunion. What if it's Rikishi? What if it's Rikishi doing it for his cousin, The Rock? Setting up Rock versus Reigns. Makes sense. They've been wanting to do that. With Rock announcing his retirement. It's a good way to do it. Get Rock kind of back in the fold. A little run between January and April. Hall of Fame. Cousin versus cousin at WrestleMania. Possibly. Is WWE going to do something that cool now in 2018? Doubt it. I think we find out at SummerSlam who did it. And I think it's going to be probably Rowan. Set up Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. You could have carried this out. Or you could have even went as far as having it be Umaga or Rikishi. But have it be Rikishi. Instead of having it be The Rock behind it, have it be a cousin of the Roman Reigns bringing him in. Have Amandra Estrada being his handler. Umaga's handler was Amandra Estrada, who had been working with Umaga's nephew, Jacob Fatu, in MLW. I think he looks enough the part, looks like Umaga, where you could have it, with a little Uncle Rikishi behind it too. Amanda Estrada, people know who that is. You would get that little oh my God, this guy. I think you could put the pieces together and build it up. But just an idea. All right, let's get to SummerSlam. Cruiserweight title line. We have champion Drew Gulak versus Oney Lorcan. Oney Lorcan is not going to win the Cruiserweight title. But this match is going to be great. Oney Lorcan is a worker. He is the guy who can go out there, put on a good match. He can make Drew Gulak look good. He can look good. He's going to go over with the crowd. But Gulak, in the end of it, is going to get over with retaining his title. This could be one of the matches of the night. Next up, we have Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. So you're telling me, when Dolph signed that contract, it didn't say Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg on it? Come on. This is the stupidest build to a fucking match I have ever seen. I mean, having Miz go, well, I'm going to get you on Monday night. You're not wrestling me on Sunday. And having Shawn go, not me. I mean, it's like, come on. I do love Shawn Michaels rocking the NXT hat. I love it. Every time you see Shawn now, he's got that NXT hat on. But, Dolph, you're next. Really? After the debacle that was Super Showdown? Who wins this match in 90 seconds? Goldberg. Next up, we have Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Are they wanting Charlotte to be heel? And that's what I feel in this match. And the reason being, you have a returning legend, Hall of Famer, in her home country of Canada, Trish Stratus. The crowd's going to be all over her. Are they going to cheer for Charlotte? Or are they going to flip the script on this, like they might later boo Trish and cheer Charlotte? I think whatever that crowd does is going to be the angle that WWE takes this. I think if that crowd starts booing Charlotte and they're all behind Trish, they're going to have Charlotte maybe do some underhanded things, maybe be the daughter of the dirtiest player in the game and get a victory over Trish. Trish just said this is our farewell match. Next up, we have Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. This match only really makes true sense if it's Demon Balor versus this Bray Wyatt character. I'll be one of the first to say that I hated the Firefly Funhouse when it first started. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. Where is this going? Why? The character that's kind of turned into, and it's kind of those two sides of Bray Wyatt has turned into, it's kind of intriguing. I'll watch to see where it goes. I don't think it's going to have the end that we all want, because what is the end that we all want? We all wanted Bray Wyatt to be the next Undertaker. This ain't the next Undertaker. That dude's name is Aleister Black. But I have Bray Wyatt winning this. Next up, we have a rematch for the United States title. Kind of tired of seeing it. We all know what's going to happen. We have AJ Styles defending his U.S. title versus Ricochet. The match itself can be good. You're going to get the OG, original club, getting involved in this. Ricochet really doesn't have anyone. You're either going to have this domination of the OC and AJ Styles, or you're going to have Ricochet getting that kind of sneaky win, sneaky style kind of win. I will say the last 4 United States title reigns, AJ Styles were at 26 days, Ricochet was at 21, Joe was at 20, Rey Mysterio was at 15. Logic says, based on that, we're flipping a piece of candy called the United States title around. I am picking AJ to win. I think the OG will get involved enough that he will win. This next match, I think should be main event. Because it really isn't, there's only a couple matches on this card that should be main event. It's not the Universal title. The WWE title, yeah, I could see it being main event with no problem. The Raw Women's title, if you do it right and you make the right outcome that people want, that should be main event. Or this one should be main event. If Kevin Owens put his career on the line versus Shane McMahon. Now, Shane's not putting his career on the line. Okay. So if Kevin Owens loses, he leaves WWE. Okay. So does this mean that Kevin Owens loses, goes back to NXT for a short time when they go live on Fox? If they even go live on Fox Sports. And then he comes back to the main roster later? I don't know. Why would you do that? But I think you kind of put yourself in a box here with Kevin Owens because he is the hottest thing going on WWE television right now. He is one of the very few guys that are allowed to cut their own promo. He's able to go out there and be himself. We're having the closest to a Kevin Steen that you could possibly have in WWE. We're having a G-rated Kevin Steen right now. So maybe a PG Kevin Steen. So I want to see where they develop Kevin Owens. I want to see where they can get him in the world title hunt, where he can be a world champion. I think he just goes out there and annihilates Shane, and then takes the moniker, I'm the best in the world because I beat the best in the world. Show me I'm not. You end up with maybe a Kofi versus Kevin Owens, or even when SmackDown gets on Fox, you have a Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title. Next up, we have maybe something to do with Aleister Black and Sami Zayn. I know they had that match on Raw, but since there is no pre-show matches, since there's only 10 matches for a 4-hour show, maybe they do that, maybe they don't. But obviously, if they did, I am picking Aleister. We know we don't have the Raw tag titles on the line at all. We don't have the SmackDown tag titles on the line at all. We don't have the Intercontinental title on the line. One of the greatest matches in SummerSlam history was an Intercontinental title match, Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. That title is not on this card. Do they somehow put Shinsuke on the pre-show? Only time will tell. So next up, we have the three main event caliber matches. We have the WWE title. We have champion Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Now, a couple notes. The last time that the WWE title changed at SummerSlam was in 2014. These two feuded back in 2009. Randy got over on that feud. Rumor has it, Randy's been part of what's kept Kofi down. And like Randy even said, if it wasn't for him, Kofi wouldn't be in this spot, because Randy took out Ali, which gave Kofi the chance in the chamber, which led to this. I know if WWE was trying to freshen it up or what their thoughts was putting the title on Kofi. I'm fine with it, don't get me wrong. I think they should have done. Kofi should have been a world champion a long time ago. It just, where do they go from here? You have this kind of, I would say he's probably the top face in the company right now. Where do you go from here? Do you have him keep holding the title for a while? Do you have Randy take it here? Now, if you look at the 13-time champion Randy Orton, and does he get number 14 here? Now, if you look at recent history, when somebody's won their first world title, like Kofi has. Kofi's currently 126 days in that title run. Here's some of the first-time champions, how long they've held it. Jinder Mahal had it 170 days. Bray Wyatt had it 49. AJ had it his first time, 140. Ambrose, 84. Rollins, 220. Rollins only relinquished it because he was hurt. Kofi's at 125, 126 right now. Now, if you look at all time, these two guys versus each other, Kofi's always came out on the losing end. They've had 8 singles matches. Randy's won 5. I'm actually predicting Kofi winning this. I think they're going to keep Kofi going. I think between now and October 4th, you're going to have a transition from Kofi as champion to Brock Lesnar's champion. I think when Fox goes live, they're going to want every name, every mainstream name that WWE has on that roster on Fox. Because they're going to want that rating on Friday nights. So I have Kofi retaining the WWE title. Next up, we have the SmackDown Women's title. We have champion Bayley versus Ember Moon. I'm fine where they're going with this. Bayley, this kind of facey, bubbly face. Ember being this kind of edgy heel right now, it seems like. Or kind of an edgy face. Ember's full of talent. That's one of the most talented women on the roster. She deserves her shot. These two have never had a one-on-one. So, Ember Moon, same as Bayley, former NXT Women's Champion. I got her winning. I'm picking her to win. We definitely want to see what she can do. So we have Ember Moon beating Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. Next up, we have the Raw Women's title. To do this storyline right, this needs to be a main event. It's a submission match for the Raw Women's title. We know the story. Natalya trained Becky. Becky looked up to Natalya. Natalya, this veteran women's wrestler who's been around from the Divas era to the Women's Revolution. Always got overlooked. She trained Becky. She trained Ronda Rousey. Ronda and Becky had this huge feud. Natalya turned her back on Becky to train Ronda. Becky went after Ronda. Won the first ever women's triple threat, first ever main event women's match at WrestleMania. Beaten Natalya's friend Ronda. Now Natalya's got a chance in her home country to get revenge of Becky beating Ronda. Getting some revenge for herself from everything that's gone on to her to win the women's title. Great, fabulous story here. Now, Ronda left WWE in April after Mania, stating she wanted to start a family, which is awesome. She's 32 years old. You want to go out and start a family? Go ahead. You know what? Come back in a year. I don't mind seeing you back on WWE television. You picked up the sport of wrestling pretty good. You had some great matches. No, that's great. She's been off filming a movie. What does WWE like to do when someone goes off to film a movie? Bring them back. Have them pimp their movie on WWE. This is a submission match. So you're not going to have the Becky run, the Ronda run in, distraction, roll up, Italian win. It's going to have to be either Becky pass out or Becky submits. I don't think the way they're building the man that you're going to have the man tap out to the sharpshooter. It ain't happening. You could have a version of the old Montreal screw job. Not that we want to see that, but it could happen. You have the right participants here. You have the man, who people can compare to Stone Cold, who they've, you can have a version of Hart Austin from WrestleMania 13 or the screw job, kind of a combination of that. Because you have it's in Canada, it is a Hart person involved. They've compared Becky Lynch to a Stone Cold type, to the Heartbreak Kid, that kind of edgier, kind of, fan favorite kind of person. You could do it, because here's what WWE's been doing recently, at least in my opinion. Becky was this uber heel, the man coming out of WrestleMania. You had Natty, Natalya, people behind her, the family legacy, etc. They've kind of turned it a little bit here, where Natty's been a little heel, Becky's been a little more face. The Canadian crowd will flip that script on whatever WWE's doing in a millisecond. WrestleMania 18, for instance. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who should be getting booed, versus The Rock. Superstar The Rock. What happened? They cheered the heel, booed the face. So I think WWE knew that was going to come here, so they wanted to pimp up Natalya as this heel, so she'll get cheered in her home country and Becky will get booed. So WWE's trying to flip the script on the crowd who flips the script. Think what's going to happen. Think at the end of this match, either Becky taps out, or maybe Ronda does come out. Maybe Ronda does come out at the end of the match and causes some type of either count out, DQ, or the Montreal Screwjob. So that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. But I actually have Natalya winning the title somehow. Either Becky passing that or whatever, Ronda gets involved. Main event, US. Alright, so we have the WWE Universal title on the line. We have champion Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Wow. Why is WWE doing this to us? We have the Beast Slayer. We have Seth Rollins winning the Universal title from the Beast at WrestleMania. We put Rollins here. We just build him up. We're like, okay, he's the man. He went out and slayed the Beast. We had Beast Slayer shirts, all this. Perfect. Brock's probably going to step away. People hated the part-time champion. We have Money in the Bank. We have Brock Lesnar win Money in the Bank. Okay. It'd be what it be. He's teasing Kofi. He's teasing Seth. What's he going to do? You had that anticipation of what if. So Rollins, Kofi, they had to worry about whoever they're wrestling. Plus, they had to worry about what if Brock comes out. So we teased this for a month and a half. We could have kept the storyline going for all summer long through the SummerSlam, but no. We have Brock cash in on Seth Rollins. Now Brock's the champion. Seth is chasing it. We've had Seth with these two just tremendous beatdowns lately, where he's almost dead. You have him walking out on Raw, limping to the ring with a chair, just getting annihilated. This really doesn't build up Seth. I mean, you kind of cut him off at the knees when you had him being second fiddle to the man, Becky, and him and intergender stuff they did. But now you have nobody in Seth's corner. He's getting his ass kicked. And his girlfriend's not even out there to help him. It's like, what are you doing to Seth Rollins? Is Seth going to beat Brock again? Do you have maybe Seth, coming out losing, but he's your babyface. He just on Monday Night Raw, he guaranteed victory. If you're babyface, if the face of your company guarantees victory against your biggest heel or your biggest beast, he has to win, doesn't he? Is it possible that this match is a squash? Maybe the title doesn't change, but you have Seth come out, get DQ'd. Does he just annihilate Lesnar with a chair, gets DQ'd, the match really never gets started? Maybe the bell rings, he just attacks him with a chair and just goes ballistic on him with a chair and throws the chair down and just, maybe grabs a mic and says, I'll be back for you when I'm Seth Rollins again. Just throws the mic down and goes away. Maybe you see Seth on little vignettes coming in, the next 2-3 weeks backstage. Maybe he's watching the WWE Network. Maybe he's watching the Seth from The Shield. Seth from when he was with Stephanie and Trap. Maybe you're watching Seth from the Indies. Maybe he's watching something, him as a young guy. Like, okay, I need that Seth Rollins back. I need to get back to where I was this guy. And I was Seth freaking Rollins. Maybe you do that. You kind of get him off TV for a little bit, kind of let him kind of rewatch what he used to be and come back. I don't know if you do that, if you put the title on him. That here we are in August, October 4th is right around the corner. SmackDown wants Brock Lesnar. SmackDown wants a Ronda Rousey. They want names on that show to draw people in. We'll see what happens. Rollins beat Brock at WrestleMania 35. Brock lost at 2 of the last 3 SummerSlams. He lost last year to Reigns. He lost in 2015 to Undertaker. He's lost to Goldberg at Survivor Series. Those are his only 4 losses since 2015. Does he lose again to Seth? What does that do for Seth? What does that do for Lesnar? I don't think there's an outcome of this match. I don't think this match gets off the ground. I think it's just going to be either just a Lesnar destroys Rollins and this match really doesn't have an ending, more of a DQ kind of no contest type of deal. I don't think there's a true winner. I don't think there's a 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring. So that's going to wrap up 2018 SummerSlam preview. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Make sure you check out all the other videos here on the Robert Sports Show. Going forward, I'm going to try to get up as many videos as I can. I've been kind of lacking on that lately. Now, what I am going to try to do, I do have a, I guess you call it website, blog. What is the name of that sucker? If you go on Twitter, and on the main page, you'll see the hyperlink to it. Down below, where the end of the video, you'll see the link to it as well. If you go to the main page of the YouTube, right there next to the Twitter hyperlink, you'll see the little world. Or you can go to robsportshow.wixsite.com and you'll be able to see some information there. I'll put the star ratings there. I put the star ratings of Triple Mania, of AAA Wrestling's Triple Mania 27th Annual. I watched that. Put star ratings there. I got some other stuff there as well. I'm going to start putting different star ratings of matches there as I watch some of these indie shows and stuff, other promotions. Before I can do a video, I'll put it there. Make sure you check that out as well. And after SummerSlam, you'll see the star rankings, and I'll try to get a review up sometime this week. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. College football, NFL, right around the corner. We're about 3 weeks out. And in 2 weeks, you may see Canadian football, CFL, Week 11, picks and preview right here. We're going to dive into the Canadian Football League. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Have a great night.